viewers, Dena Views and Reviews here, asking, what you watching? Well, today I am watching Shirley. This movie stars Regina King, Lance Reddick, Terrence Howard, Michael Cherry, Christina Jackson, Brian Stokes, Amira Vaughn, and Lucas Hedges. It is written and directed by John Ridley. It is produced by Regina King, Raina King, Anika McLaren, Elizabeth Haggard, and John Ridley. Now, this movie, Shirley, is a biopic. It is a portrayal of Shirley Chisolm, the first Black Congresswoman, who also made history in 1972 by also becoming the first Black woman to run for the presidential office here in America. Now, actress Regina King stars as Shirley in this film. It is noted that in order to prepare for this role as Shirley Chisolm, Regina King immersed herself in archives and listened to various tapes of Mrs. Chisolm's voice so that she was able to capture her full essence. The film divulges that the story of Shirley's historical presidential campaign and what she faced when she entered the often hostile political arena. It highlighted much of the ratchetness, the racism, some of the sexist views, and it even showed how deeply corrupt politicians and the political process can be behind the scene. It shows how propaganda is often used as a weapon. Shirley Anita St. Hill was born on November 30th, 1924 in Brooklyn. She was raised by her immigrant parents, Charles and Ruby Steele from Barbados. Her father worked in a burlap sack factory, and her mother Ruby did domestic work. She was said to be a star student, winning scholarships to Vassar and Oberlin. She instead chose to attend Brooklyn College in order for her to be able to live at home. She studied early childhood education at Teachers College and Columbia University and also taught nursery school for many years. 1959, she supervised 10 daycare centers within New York City. And in 1964, she won a New York State Assembly seat. 4 years after that, she became the first Black woman to serve as a member of Congress. As a freshman member of Congress, she demanded that she be switched off the Agriculture Committee, leaving her majority male and white colleagues stunned and flabbergasted as she was reassigned to the Veterans Affairs Committee. It was a shock to all of these people that a freshman would demand that they be switched to a different committee, and it was shown in the movie. She later joked about it in her autobiography, and there she said, "There are a lot more veterans in my district than there are trees." Now, I found this movie to be quite interesting. It's educational. However, I really wish it had taken more time and presented more of her backstory. For some reason, this movie kind of fast forwarded through Mrs. Chisolm's life and focused primarily on her run for president. While watching, I felt as if something was omitted, especially when it came to the relationship with her sister. I was like, is something there? But pertaining to her life as a youngster, perhaps it would have made one more able to connect with the character by communicating more of her family life as a child, what she experienced, or what or whom influenced her most as a teen or as a young adult, and before she actually made history. Just a bit more information I felt should have been included and perhaps presented that reflected on some of the things that she was exposed to or that impacted her life. Now, her experiences, and most of all, I wanted to know what kind of environment that she grew up in that may have helped to shape her viewpoint. Perhaps it would have given the viewer a better understanding of her mindset, of her personality and temperament. And this is why I gave this movie a 3 stars out of 5. I believe that actress Regina King did a phenomenal job in her role as Shirley Chisolm. The hair, the attire, the accent, and even the teeth, it all contributed to her embodying this character. She had to face a lot in the role that she was in, even though she knew getting the nomination in a very racist country was just a long shot. I'm sure she knew this. But in this movie, Chisholm declares to her inner circle who is representing the blacks, the women, the Chicanos, the youth, the working class. Now, the film just gave us a peek into what Shirley had to contend with being a black woman, and most of all, the first black woman in a white male dominated governing body. It could be racist at times, discriminatory, and living in a very biased country. In spite of it all, Shirley Chisolm was bold enough to step into the political arena, and she attempted to bring real change to those that she felt needed representation the most. Shirley is rated PG-13, and if you would like to check this movie out, you most certainly can, because it is currently streaming on Netflix. Subscribe and leave me your comments on what you thought of this movie, and join me right here for my weekly movie review and our recommendation. And I want you to remember, it's my view. Now, what you watching?